Hello and welcome to Curiosity Chronicles. Today we are talking about some of the most feared prisons in the world. Without further ado, let's get started. Starting at number 10 is San Quentin Prison. San Quentin Prison is located in California, just north of San Francisco. It opened in 1852 and is still in use today. San Quentin is one of the oldest and most notorious prisons in the United States. What makes it so feared is its long history of housing some of the country's most dangerous criminals. The prison has a reputation for harsh conditions, including overcrowding, racially motivated violence, riots, and guards torturing inmates. Prior to California abolishing the death penalty, it also had the largest death row in the country, where inmates would wait for years in solitary confinement. The stories of riots, escapes, and brutal inmate conflicts have added to its terrifying reputation. San Quentin's infamous gas chamber has seen many executions, adding to the prison's fearsome legacy. San Quentin was even home to some well-known criminals, such as Scott Peterson and Charles Manson. Despite efforts to reform and improve conditions, San Quentin remains a symbol of the tough and unforgiving nature of maximum security prisons. Coming in at number 9 is Diyarbakir Prison. Diyarbakir Prison is located in the city of Diyarbakir in southeastern Turkey. It opened in 1980 and is still in use today. Diyarbakir Prison is known as one of the most feared prisons in the world because of its brutal conditions and harsh treatment of inmates. During the 1980s, especially after the military coup, it became infamous for extreme torture, severe overcrowding, and violent abuse. Political prisoners, including many Kurds, were often subjected to horrific conditions, leading to numerous deaths. The prison's reputation for cruelty and inhumane treatment has persisted over the years. I am not going to go into too much detail about the inhumane conditions, as they are truly dark and disturbing. Despite some efforts to reform the prison system in Turkey, Diyarbakir Prison remains a symbol of fear and suffering due to its dark history and ongoing reports of human rights abuses. This prison's legacy continues to evoke dread and serves as a stark reminder of the severe punishment that can occur behind its walls. On to number 8. Château d'If. Château d'If is located on a small island in the Mediterranean Sea near the coast of Marseille, France. It was used as a prison from 1634 to 1880. Château d'If is one of the most feared prisons in history because it was nearly impossible to escape from. The island's isolated location made it a perfect place to keep dangerous prisoners. Many of the inmates were political prisoners or people accused of serious crimes. The cells were dark, damp, and overcrowded, adding to the prisoners' misery. The prison became even more famous because of the novel The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, where the main character, Edmond Dantes, is imprisoned there. Although Château d'If is no longer used as a prison, its terrifying reputation lives on. Today it is a popular tourist attraction, allowing visitors to see the harsh conditions that made it such a dreaded place. Moving on to number 7, Devil's Island. Devil's Island is located off the coast of French Guiana in South America. It was used as a prison from 1852 to 1953. This remote island became one of the most feared prisons in the world due to its harsh conditions and the difficulty of escape. Prisoners were isolated from the outside world, surrounded by shark-infested waters and dense jungle. Many were sent here for political crimes or serious offenses, enduring brutal treatment, forced labor, and severe malnutrition. The prison gained even more notoriety due to the famous case of Alfred Dreyfus, a French army officer wrongly convicted of treason. His imprisonment highlighted the cruel conditions on Devil's Island. Today, the prison is abandoned, but its dark history remains a symbol of suffering and inhumanity. The tales of torment and the extreme isolation faced by its inmates continue to make Devil's Island a chilling reminder of the past. Number 6 is a prison with a very dark history. Elmina Castle. Elmina Castle is located on the coast of Ghana in West Africa. It was built by the Portuguese in 1482 and later used by various European powers. Elmina Castle is infamous for its role in the transatlantic slave trade, which makes it one of the most feared prisons in history. For over 3 centuries, it was a holding point for enslaved Africans before they were shipped across the Atlantic. The conditions were horrific, with people kept in dark, overcrowded dungeons without adequate food or sanitation. Many did not survive the brutal conditions. Those who did were sent on the grueling Middle Passage to the Americas. Today, Elmina Castle is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and serves as a museum, reminding visitors of the immense suffering and cruelty endured by countless individuals. Its legacy as a place of pain and terror remains a powerful symbol of a dark chapter in human history. Coming in at number 5 is La Sabaneta Prison. La Sabaneta is located in Maracaibo, Venezuela. It operated from 1958 until it was closed in 2013. La Sabaneta was one of the most feared prisons in the world due to its extreme violence, overcrowding, and inhumane conditions. The prison was notorious for being dangerously understaffed, leading to a chaotic environment where gangs ruled and brutality was rampant. Inmates faced severe shortages of food, water, and medical care. Diseases spread quickly, and many prisoners died from preventable illnesses. One of the deadliest riots occurred in 1994, resulting in the deaths of over 100 inmates. The lack of control and constant violence made La Sabaneta a terrifying place for anyone sent there. Although the prison is now closed, its legacy of suffering and lawlessness continues to haunt those who remember its dark history. For number 4, we are heading to Tuol Sleng. Tuol Sleng, also known as S21, is located in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. It was used as a prison from 1975 to 1979 during the Khmer Rouge regime. While it was only used for 4 years, some truly horrific events took place here. Tuol Sleng was one of the most feared prisons in the world because of the extreme torture and executions that took place there. Originally a high school, it was converted into a brutal interrogation center where over 17,000 people were imprisoned. Inmates, including men, women, and children, were subjected to horrific torture to extract confessions, often for crimes they did not commit. The conditions were horrendous, with cramped cells, inadequate food, and constant fear of death. Almost all prisoners were eventually killed either at the prison or at the nearby killing fields. Today, Tuol Sleng is a museum preserving the memory of the atrocities committed there and serving as a stark reminder of the horrors of the Khmer Rouge era. On to number 3. Gitarama Prison. Gitarama Prison is located in Rwanda in the central part of the country. It has been in use since the 1960s and is still operational today. Gitarama Prison is one of the most feared prisons in the world due to its severe overcrowding and appalling conditions. Originally built to hold around 500 inmates, it has often housed over 6,000 prisoners. This extreme overcrowding leads to horrific living conditions, with prisoners having little space to move or even lie down. Inmates suffer from malnutrition, disease, and lack of proper sanitation. Many are forced to stand for days due to the lack of space. The prison became especially notorious after the Rwandan genocide in 1994, when thousands of people were imprisoned under dreadful conditions. Gitarama Prison's reputation for inhumanity and neglect continues to make it a symbol of fear and suffering. Number 2 is Carandiru Penitentiary. Carandiru Penitentiary was located in Sao Paulo, Brazil. It operated from 1956 until its closure in 2002. This prison gained notoriety as one of the most feared in the world due to its rampant violence, overcrowding, and lack of basic facilities. At its peak, it held over 8,000 inmates in a space designed for less than 4,000, leading to deplorable living conditions. Gangs controlled much of the prison, resulting in frequent clashes and deadly riots. The lack of adequate oversight and infrastructure made it a breeding ground for corruption and abuse by both inmates and guards. Carandiru became infamous worldwide after a brutal massacre in 1992, where police killed over 100 inmates during a riot. This tragic event highlighted the extreme brutality and lawlessness within the prison, cementing its reputation as one of the most feared in history. And finally, number 1, Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay, located in Cuba, has been a highly controversial prison since its establishment in 2002. While technically not a traditional prison, it has become one of the most feared detention centers in the world due to its association with allegations of torture, indefinite detention without trial, and violations of human rights. Used primarily to detain individuals suspected of terrorism, Guantanamo Bay has been the subject of intense scrutiny and criticism from human rights organizations and the international community. Despite efforts to close the facility, it remains operational to this day with numerous legal and ethical questions surrounding its continued use. The secrecy surrounding the treatment of detainees and the lack of transparency have contributed to its reputation as a symbol of injustice and abuse of power. Guantanamo Bay continues to evoke fear and controversy as a symbol of the complexities and moral dilemmas surrounding modern-day detention practices. There it is. The top 10 most feared prisons in the world. As always, thank you for watching. If you enjoy these lists, make sure to like and subscribe to get a new one every week. If you have a topic for a list you'd like to see, feel free to put it down in the comments. Until next time, stay curious.